Sup guys? So I was gonna do a Tarkov video. I've got back into it after months of stopping, and then I remembered today why I stopped because I was waiting for them to address this, which they still haven't. And this is literally I've only played 3 matches in the past week. 2 of those matches were okay because I didn't run into players, and the third match, which is this one, you can see the guy that killed me within 3 minutes of the match starting, and I spawned in the basement, the hallway with the elevators and the switch of labs. So it is labs, but I've also been avoiding the Hong Kong server. I was on Japan this time, and I was already avoiding the Hong Kong server back before because it just happens to be more often that you'll run into hackers on Hong Kong. And I was recording. It was a longer video. I was actually talking about how hackers aim and how to spot them because they've been uploading videos to the Facebook groups. They've literally been uploading videos with they've got ESP turned off, which if you don't know what ESP is, it gives a silhouette of all the players, or it'll give you like a box. And I know this because I've looked up hacks. Like obviously, you get killed a bunch of times sus. You want to look up what these guys are using, and there's blatant demonstrations on YouTube if you care to look. So then they can also toggle how they're like when their hack is auto aiming for them and when it's not. So they can make a video seem very legit, and then they'll have their aimbot activate just as they kill someone. Like in the second they go to aim, that's when it lines up their aim, and you have to literally play back the video and pause it, and you can spot it because their aim won't be tracking on the enemy player until they fire. That's how you can spot if someone's hacking in a video, is if they seem to be playing good, but then their aim is not, like they're overshooting when they go to aim at players, and then their aim lines back up, but it happens at the second that they fire rather than the second before they fire. Because a normal player will either track, if their aim is good and their DPI and everything is set up, they've got muscle memory, they know how to aim, they'll either track an enemy player as the enemy player is running before they shoot, so they're lining up their shot, and then they'll shoot. When they shoot, they're already lined up. Or if the enemy player is like coming around a corner, they'll be aiming at the corner where the player is going to come out. They won't like go to aim at someone and offshoot by an inch, and then just as they go to fire, their aim suddenly snaps to the target. Which you can do that, but if your aim is good in the first place, most of the time you'll be aiming in the right spot to hit the enemy before you shoot. And it happens in like a fraction of a second, so it is hard for newer players to detect. But anyway, this isn't to do with aimbot, although it's probably used in this video that I'm going to show you. But this is how this guy killed me, and I was holding this angle in labs, so this is the replay. It's only a 10-second video, and this is kind of irrefutable. That's why I'm not afraid to show the guy's name. Like, I know that on the Reddit you're not supposed to name and shame. That's why I'm not sharing it there. I'm just sharing it only on YouTube, so if you want to share this somewhere else, feel free. But it's not me doing it specifically. I haven't created this video to break rules on any of the groups or Reddits. So here you go. I'm aiming down here. At first I hear metal to the right, but you'll see at the start of the video you'll see the door open. That's why I even turned over there, because I heard his steps, and I was being pretty stealthy in terms of the way I was moving, and I had the volume up. My headset was on. The doors behind me, the drop down, and the side, whatever you call that, metal. That was also locked, so I would have heard someone coming behind me. Now watch this. I'm expecting him to peek or just walk out. That wasn't sus. And that happens in a fraction, not a fraction, in about a second that happens. So that wasn't sus. Now if I look back here, it happens at between 4 to 4. So it happens in a fraction, half a second. So 4, 5, maybe in 1 second, but it was already at the end of 4. So if I go to 5, see, I'm still on 5. So I'm on the 5th second, and it's at 6 roughly. But what you need to see is the moment that he fires, he's already past the door. So there's no peek. There's no look. It's like something out of a movie, like The Flash, if you've seen the Flash TV show. Now, I'm just going to drag this along this slider. So this is the video playback. That's him moving, but you can't see it on video. That's how fast he's moving. So if I play it from here, that's what it seems like. And in that second that he shoots me and I drop, where you don't hear his footsteps either because he's shooting, but in that second it takes him to kill me, before my body hits the ground, he's in the room and he looks over my body as I'm falling. I haven't even hit the ground yet. You'll see his head pop up to the right. It's just ridiculous. And he's still firing because it's still in the same burst. In the same burst he used to kill me that you can hear on the video, he's looking over my body. So this all happens from 5 to 7 seconds. So, but it's much quicker when I play it back in normal speed. So this is just normal. That wasn't sus. So yeah, just so you guys are aware, maybe don't go into labs today, or if you've been going into labs and you see these guys in the lobby, know who to look out for. That wasn't sus. But I just wanted to share it's still an issue, basically, because I was hoping maybe through patches or by some like miracle, the servers would get a bit cleaned up somehow. Clearly not. So the situation's still there, and I won't be going into labs anymore. But at the same time, knowing that this kind of thing can blatantly happen, even if you are less likely to encounter it in another map, if you actually enjoy labs, you're locked out of a map that you like. So that is pretty frustrating, and it costs money to go into labs, which is more frustrating. Maybe if labs didn't have a fee, I wouldn't care so much about losing some guns, but paying 150k to get killed by a hacker, it's just penalizing the legit players, and the hackers are profiting. So yeah, but I just want to share that because it's bullshit. And you can see him fly into the room if you actually look closely how quickly he comes. It was literally within a second. He was locked onto me, and then he's inside the room in that second. So you see him flash by on the right side of the screen. That was within. So see here on the slider, 4, 5. It's still within a second that he's already in the room. Okay, and you don't even hear a running sound. He's gliding. He's no clipping. I don't know what it is. He's just, yeah. Like you can't. And he's already in my face. Like I have to pause it on the right frame. He's that fast. Like I can't see him there. I can't. It's even hard with the video playback to catch his movement. And I'm not lagging. Like there was no high latency notification or anything. I'm playing on the lowest ping server. It's around 60 to 80 ms at worst. And so I don't believe there's a server issue happening here. It's just literally speed and maybe an aimbot. But that's just ridiculous. In the second that, like, if you look at this, if I play it back enough times, you can see him flashing here on the right. That's how quickly he's coming into the room before I can react. I was dead before I saw him. And he's spraying, like he's still firing his clip as he's in the room, but there's no like running, like he's running and he's moving and firing, like as if it wasn't unfair enough to be flying at super speed. See him there, like the bad guy in the Flash. What's he called? Speeds or whatever his name is. See him in the right. Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to share this because if you've been giving Tarkov a break and you're wondering about getting back into it, this is still a major issue. To the point where I would actually welcome something like the Valorant invasive anti-hack driver that they load, Ring Zero anti-cheat that they load up for their game. I would actually welcome that for Tarkov. Not obviously not their version, not the Tencent or whatever company makes the Valorant one, but if the Tarkov developers made something for hardcore Tarkov players, at least we would all welcome something stronger to combat this kind of BS right here. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next non-Tarkov video that I play. I honestly would rather get killed in a game like Call of Duty Warzone, where I can respawn, than a game where when you're dead, you lose all your gear, and you have to pay to get into the map again, and it's like you're just playing roulette with whether you're going to get a legit match or not. So yeah, see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.